Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm the Soul Fox and welcome back to my analysis series on the most notorious TV show, The Walking Dead. Today we will be analysing, reviewing and recapping on Season 1 Episode 4. If you haven't already, be sure to go check out my playlist of the analysis series so you can catch yourself up on the story so far. Just before we begin, a large number of people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed, so if you do enjoy today's video, then please consider subscribing because it really helps out my channel. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. But without further ado, let's get right into episode 4. This episode, entitled Vatos, commences with sisters Andrea and Amy going fishing in the lake just beside their camp. Not going to lie, this is extremely boring and monotonous, which is expected, as it's a scene about fishing. This scene is just here to make us feel some empathy for these characters just before something bad happens.
Alright, remember his rule, no crying in the boat.
I think you should just stop talking altogether, you boring hag. We also see Dale being on watch on top of the RV, as usual, as he watches Jim digging a masquerade site in respect for his privacy. After the intro credits, we return to the Four Musketeers in the middle of a standoff.
Yo, why is he looking at me like that? What's up, little bud? Got a staring problem, pal?
Like what, dude? He's just looking at you. He's a baby.
Look at his face. Dumb little face.
Sadly, Daryl stands down as he has better things to do, such as collecting his lunch. Then the group proceeds in their search for Merle. They follow his trail through some apartment buildings and discover how disrespectful he is to the homeowners by leaving the stove on after cauterizing his stump. Who knows how much this could have cost, having been left turned on for so long. Back at the camp, the group confront Jim about his obsessive grave digging.
What'd you, Jim?
Jim acts all defensively when Shane attempts to take the shovel from him and initiates another fight, which of course Shane wins with ease. When Jim is expressing how his family died, being ripped out of his hands by walkers, his hat has clearly fallen off his head while Shane is handcuffing him. However, when we get to look at the scene from a substitute camera angle, somehow his hat gets back on his head. We seem to have a bloody wizard among us. Glenn develops a plan to rescue the bag of guns Rick dropped outside the tank in episode 1. This scene indicates how strong of a leader Glenn truly is at heart, even if he doesn't know it yet. We also learn that Glenn used to be a pizza delivery driver, which is why he knows the ins and outs of the city so well. Glenn and Daryl proceed into the alleyway Glenn originally met Rick in, while Rick and T-Dog hid in another a couple blocks away. Glenn makes his way towards the bag of guns, trying not to alert any walkers along the way, while Daryl keeps watch. Glenn collects the bag, but when he gets back to the alley, Daryl has been ambushed by some gang members. Glenn tries to escape back to Rick, but is caught and subsequently kidnapped, however drops the bag beforehand. It looks like Glenn is gonna get fired. One of the members of the gang is left behind and taken by Rick and the group to use in order to get Glenn back. Rick and Daryl interrogate the gang member they kidnapped and find out where the rest of their group are stationed at. The group then head to their base, attempting to make a deal to get Glenn back by trading him with the other gang member named Michael, trading them like some Pokemon cards.
Who's that Pokemon?
Rick tries to make a deal with the gang, one man for the other, but the Vatos gang leader reveals that the bag of guns was claimed by them, and that's why some of their men were in the streets, trying to collect it. They don't accept a deal straight away, and reveal that they have Glenn on the roof and threaten to push him off if they do not come back with their bag of guns. Rick and the group then leave, because it's healthy to know the right time to quit. Just kidding. They head back to the gang's hideout with the guns, but not with the intention of handing them over. They make their way inside, hand over Michael, and demand to be given Glenn back. However, everything goes south and they get ready for a shootout. But then suddenly, a talking a nice old lady comes out from the crowd. She informs Rick of where Glenn is, and leads the group upstairs. It is revealed that the gang has many elderly members, who of which many are sick and in desperate need of medicine. The group find Glenn amongst many of the elders. Rick and the group realise how desperate the gang truly is, and how they are taking care of many of the last seniors who have survived the apocalypse. The two groups make an agreement for some of the guns to go to the Vatos clan and Glenn to return to the group. They then go their separate ways. We do not see the Vatos gang again in the show, however their fate is shown in some deleted scenes, where Rick and the group return to their hideout but find out they have all been massacred. The four musketeers... Sorry, I'll stop. Rick and the group head back towards where they originally left their van, however find out that it has been stolen by none other than Merle. They try to make it back to camp before Merle gets there for his revenge on the group, but are too late. The camp became compromised and many walkers came out of nowhere and attacked the group. Everyone panicked, however with many of the group's fighters gone, some of them didn't stand a chance against the bloodthirsty walkers. There were many casualties from the attack, but most importantly Ed and Amy. Andrea mourned her while she was still in her arms. Instead of putting her out of her misery, Andrea just decides to sit there and watch her die. A slow and painful death. How selfish. On the bright side though, all those holes that Jim dug will be put to good use now. How lucky is that? So, we end off this episode still with the group at their camp, however many members have been lost, such as Ed, Amy, and also a couple of side characters that have literally no importance in the group. We also still don't know where Merle is, however we do now know he is no longer stuck on the roof, or anywhere in Atlanta for that matter, and so can be even more of a threat to the group. Thank you so much for watching the third episode of... It's not the third, is it? I mean, the fourth episode on my brand new series. If you would like to follow along the story with me and analyse all the characters and events throughout the show, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on the next episode. I hope you did enjoy, and goodbye for now.
Missing someone